Adam22 just dropped a 14-minute video about how Bricc Baby being in the feds means he doesn't need his services and won't be paying him any longer. Or maybe I'm reaching, but Adam is pissed off about a clip that Bricc Baby put up on his channel from federal custody.
The one thing, man, I ain't fighting life. You know what I mean? It's gonna be over one day, you know what I mean? Hey, it's that big old deal, man. It's the Bricc, man, where everybody laid up with their feet up out there vacationing, playing like they ain't got nothing for the kids, man. You already know we still keeping it strong. No, nothing for...
This call is from a federal prison.
Hey, sometimes it be a mental test to see where hard at in his chest, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, they use you, abuse you. As soon as you get out the way, they act like they ain't worried about losing you. You know what I mean?
Folks be on vacay, chilling, with their feet kicked up, acting like they ain't got nothing for you. As soon as they don't need you, they toss you, no hesitation. And when you gone, they scared to lose you. Cold gang. Now who we talking about? It's fairly obvious he's talking about Adam22. This ain't even new. Bricc Baby's been calling in saying that Adam22 is not picking up his phone calls. Adam even tried to spin it like, nah, it's his girl's fault. Every time she calls me, he doesn't hit me and I don't get it. She fumbled the bag, I don't know. And to be honest, I kind of thought they squashed it. But it seems now it's up again. But where I'm standing, what Bricc Baby said, not really too much. I don't even think Adam would have been tripping like that. He probably would have even just chalked it up as part of how this game go. But nah, Adam felt some type of way. He took that little comment way too personal. See, Adam found out Bricc Baby had a convo with Sharp. Yeah, that Sharp. And Sharp out here telling folks that Bricc Baby said Adam switching up on him, turning his back. So now Adam feel like Bricc crossed the line, running his mouth to Sharp about him. Like that's supposed to be cool or something.
When he was calling, Adam, he ain't answering, or whatever the case may be. He's calling people, and they not picking up. Now they're avoiding him. Why is that? Boy, why ain't you answering Bricc calls? You ain't doing nothing right. Y'all been making content about him for the last 2 weeks. Why is it that he ain't received a paycheck? And motherfuckers is making money off of what he been doing, and I'm hearing that, from reliable sources, his people, done reached out about it, and, they're not getting no feedback on it, no response. I mean, they did have a life before he went to jail, homie. Like I said, that's what happens at jobs. Like, he don't get his money, and missing out on some bands because he ain't there. Come on, brother. That ain't cool. You're supposed to make sure that he got it. His baby mama or nobody ain't received nothing. Like just even the money that he's owed legitimately for what, the work that he's done. Because I know he got a salary. Why ain't that man received his bread? Like what's going on? Give him his bread. He at a point right now where he could use that for his family. He still got, he got kids in school. He got all types of going on. How do you use his bread on him? It's a time where he probably need it the most. What I'm saying is very simple. I don't care what the case may be. He got kids. He got shit going on. He at least getting his last movement, his last hoorah before you say him. But I knew that shit was coming, homie. I knew that was coming. I seen it. I just shut up. I'm like, let it rock. Just be careful. Man, now look. Y'all made money off the man's name. I ain't gonna say y'all, because that pinpoints too many people. But certain people have made money off of the likeliness of that whole situation for the last couple of weeks and ain't put a dollar towards it. Man, I know the real people, man. His loved ones. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Now Adam was heated. Not because of Bricc Baby, because Sharp got one up on him. As soon as he saw that, bro cut his whole vacation short, flew back home, and went straight to no jumper. I don't even think he stopped at home. His shirt still said Costa Rica on it. But that's how you can tell how fast Adam came back. But here's the corny part. Adam didn't just say Bricc Baby owed him bread. Nah, he got real lame and told the whole world how much, gave the exact number, and when it was borrowed. Like that's how players move.
Okay. So, if you didn't catch it, this is a thinly veiled shot at the 22 stir. I was on vacation. I did have my feet kicked up. But let's talk about Bricc Baby. And in particular, the financial side of my relationship with the Bricc, not the trick. When Bricc Baby came on the platform 2 years ago, pretty quickly, the feds ran up in his crib and raided him. He needed money to get out. Now, it's been discussed at length that I fronted him an amount of money, $5,000, so that he could get out the same day that he was picked up. I know Whack 100 and a few other people have been spreading information saying that this was cap. I don't know. Honestly, the other day in the Reddit, somebody posted information saying that he really did have a bail and that was where the $5,000 went. I never really heard about it. I heard rumors in the streets that maybe this money was not required for him to be bailed out, that he didn't have a bail. But I did see these screenshots in the Reddit that make it seem as if he did have a bail. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I gave him the money, Had to get him back out on the streets.
Now, I know folks are going to say, man, Adam's a millionaire. He needs to let that 5K go. But that's the problem. When you start counting other people's pockets, you miss the point. I almost did it myself. But nah, 5,000 is 5,000. I don't care how we look at it. Yeah, Adam gave Bricc that bread, but let's keep it real. It wasn't no handout. That was a smart move for both of them. No Jumper was falling apart. T-Rail left, AD left, and Adam needed a host bad. Bricc Baby stepped in, fans rock with him, and that 5K, let's just say that was just to keep things afloat. It wasn't just out of love. It helped Adam too, but don't get it twisted. That's still $5,000. That was just the first bag. Bricc came back asking for more.
He had potential. I knew that I could take him from being a marginal figure in the LA podcasting space to being one of, if not the most talked about person in the podcasting space, which is exactly what has happened over the course of the past couple of years. Never asked him for the money back. Never asked for it. You feel me? Now, to his credit, for like 2 years after that, he did not ask me for any additional funds. So from my perspective, you know, I was just like, okay, whatever. This is part of doing business. I gave him the 5K. I'm not going to bring it up again. And over the course of those 2 years, my prediction did come true. Bricc Baby basically soared to new heights, became one of the most talked about people in the community. And as far as our relationship, I would like to think that we actually became something like friends. We got closer and closer, spent time hanging out various times, went out to a lot of different parties and stuff, basically formed a relationship that honestly was a little bit more developed than the type of relationship that I've formed with most of the hosts that No Jumper has had over the years. Fast forward to a couple months ago, Bricc Baby reaches out to me again, asks if he can borrow a couple $1,000s for, I don't know, he's like moving into a new spot or some shit like that. I said, okay. Didn't even bring up the fact that I had let him borrow this $5,000. I figured after 2 years, you know, shit, whatever. So I let him borrow this additional $2,000-$3,000. I forget what it was. And then very soon after that, like I'm talking like a week later, he gets picked up by the feds, right? Ever since then, there's been murmurings, people wondering, what is Adam22 going to do to help out Bricc in this situation? Now, from my perspective, I'm $7,000, $8,000 in the hole in terms of money that I have let you borrow, which I'm not really the kind of person who lets people borrow money all the time. Like, of everybody who's ever worked for me, I honestly don't think I can think of a situation in which any of them have borrowed money from me. Like, that's just not really the kind of relationship that I like to have with people who work for me. You know, if it is an emergency, okay, we could do something. But for the most part, it's just not really how I get down. You know, it's like, I don't like to have that kind of thing going on. I pay you for your service and you do the job and we're good. But as far as taking out loans consistently, constantly, I'm not really into it.
When Bricc got locked, Adam can't just keep him on payroll, especially after just announcing that No Jumper is going broke. Let's be real. Bricc Baby's probably already borrowed in upwards of $8,000, and now he's locked up and is still expecting love. Adam says Bricc has never asked for any more money since being inside, but Adam feels a way for a Bricc Baby running to Sharp instead of coming to him first.
Out our relationship so far, but I say all that to just set the stage. Then he gets locked up, and people are pretty much automatically, you know, suggesting in the comments, people talking about it on podcasts, is Adam going to pay for his lawyer? Is Adam putting money on his books? Whatever. And I'm going to be real with you. For like the first month that he was locked up, he didn't ask me for shit. He didn't say anything about it, which I kind of appreciated, because I feel like if I just gave you $2,000 like immediately before you got locked up, it is kind of weird for you to get locked up and then be like, hey, like, can I have even more money, especially given this prior debt? Because my thing is, like, if you want to get an official verdict on how I'm willing to help you out financially, in addition to what I've done for you previously, I feel like you should be upfront about that. I've talked to Bricc on the phone a whole bunch of times since he's been locked up, including like the day before this video came out, and it was none of this energy at all. And in addition to that, we've got people like Sharp, who don't got a pot to piss in, who ain't done nothing for Bricc, who can't do anything for anybody because he's dead broke. He's coming out, making YouTube videos, doing streams where he's passing judgment on what I've done for Bricc. Keep in mind, I've had Bricc on salary for 2 years straight. Even when he was missing shows, even when he was out of town doing whatever, never fronted on him in terms of the money. Now we've got Sharp, who, you know, Sharp has never done anything besides women and be ugly, and he's out here trying to cast judgment on me.
Adam said he just talked to Bricc the day before and everything was cool, but then Bricc went public with it and told Sharp. I'm sure Adam feels that if Bricc never had that combo with him man to man and went behind his back, Probably from Adam's side, he feels that Bricc Baby should have just came to him first and didn't air it out. Now Adam's questioning if Bricc Baby's even got a future at No Jumper, and that caught a lot of people off guard. And
It's true. This is the first and only source that I've heard from that has specified this in any way. Do I have concerns about Bricc Baby returning to the platform? Yes, obviously that would be kind of interesting, and I would wonder about the level of heat that it would draw to the building. Obviously, things like the gun that they saw in his waistline that I didn't see and that I don't think the comments saw, but that was pointed out in his bail hearing that he had a strap on him. That kind of thing is the kind of thing that I would want to really be on point.
now look, the way Adam's talking, it's looking like this is the last time we're going to see Bricc Baby on No Jumper. But shoot, the way the feds are talking, this is the last time we're going to see Bricc Baby anywhere. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. Bricc Baby's going to be fighting this case for years. So does he expect them to just keep the light on for him and keep a seat warm? What's even crazier to me is I don't even see how Bricc didn't see this coming. He was there after AD and T-Rail left. He's been through numerous things at No Jumper. I don't know why he thought he was the exception. But for real though, I don't understand why you would even think you would get paid while you're sitting in jail. This ain't McDonald's. You get locked up, they're not keeping you on payroll. So why would you expect No Jumper to do that? That's pretty much how any job works. Ain't no free checks just because you were cool with the manager. But if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why TK will never breathe free air ever again. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, keeping that algorithm so I need to beat air, man. I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but
Fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.